Amazing Spider-Man issue number 13. Written by Nick Spencer, drawn by Ryan Otley. This was great. This was amazing. Spectacular. Friendly even. I like how it's escapism entertainment. Like Spider-Man has its culture within itself with its own cast of characters who are like, they could carry books themselves possibly. Like J. Jonah Jameson, Mary Jane, all these people. This one's a J. Jonah Jameson. How many times am I going to say that name in this review? A heavily focused issue. I'm going to call him Triple J. So, we start off at the top with a big man. We find out that it's the son of Frederick Foswell Jr. Sr. It's Junior manning the suit, and he gets the better of Spider-Man. You're gonna see him squished here underneath the hands. So Frederick gets out the suit, Junior does, and tells J. Jonah Jameson, "You are the biggest Spider-Man hater there is. You were there at my dad's funeral when Spider-Man killed him. I've been listening to you," and you see some flashbacks of him reading the editorials that Triple J used to write in the Daily Bugle. He is heavily motivated by Jonah Jameson, and he says, "This is the weapon that was used to kill my dad. Who better? Go ahead and shoot Spider-Man." J. Jonah Jameson makes leaps and bounds with this character in this issue. Like, I know he went babyface a couple issues back, but this is where he establishes himself because he lets it all out. He says no, denies that, and I felt like this was a heart-wrenching moment for me. This last page where he's got the gun, and he says, "Fine, if you're not going to shoot him, then I will." He points the gun at Triple J. You see that right there? That's the last little page. And now I had to read that. I had to process. And then there's that 3 seconds right before that page turn where you're just wondering, oh my god, did they just redeem him so they could kill him? They made me care. And great job. Because this is why comic books are comic books, man. You got to do this suspenseful page turn. And look, he does get shot, but he gets shot in the shoulder. Thankfully, Spider-Man he thwipped his webs right on the nozzle of that gun and held it off. He was still shot in the shoulder, and Spider-Man repaired it with his, high-tech medical web fluid. And he's got like a little tattoo there that we see later on. Like, it's still stuck there, even though they were treated by an ambulance. Yeah, so Spider-Man saves the day, does everything he's supposed to do, and tells Jonathan by the ambulance side. He was saying that your heart's in the right place. It's your conviction that makes you strong, and you've done a whole lot of good. Fought off terrorists and told them off, and gives them a good pep talk. Now, they were invited by Wilson Fisk. Both Spider-Man and Triple J were invited to this kind of banquet, and Spider-Man doesn't attend it, but Jameson does as a former mayor, and he says, "Listen, man, this is it. This is the sacrifice and putting his heart out." He says, "I was a bad mayor myself, and believe me, everyone's times comes up, and I know that." And he's just given Wilson Fisk the business in front of all these cameras, putting himself out there and letting everyone know about his flaws. This is a character turn 180. I was gonna say more than 180, but that's a circle. And I'm not stupid. I know what a protractor is, guys. The last part, look, as if it wasn't done. There's more. He goes to his day job, and they tell him, "Yo, you've been bumped to 10 a.m. Well, my show is called Getting to Work. By 10 a.m., everyone's gone to work. Well, yeah, people stop listening to you when the ratings are going down when you stop bashing Spider-Man. This guy is giving up everything to be Peter's friend, Spider-Man's friend." Great. The last little book, I don't know if they were allotted more pages. They got a lot in here. The last pages were a prelude with some villains. Vulture's there. Who's in there? Actually, it's the last page, and I don't want to reveal that because I feel like there needs to be some sort of honor amongst these comic book reviews. With that being said, the next issue is drawn by Chris Pacello, which I hate. If I had to say one negative thing, it's that there. Like, Chris Pacello, man, he's always got rubble in his pictures. Hate it. Hate Chris Pacello. He ruined, he lessened the enjoyment of Uncanny back when Bendis was doing it with him. That's my opinion on that. But my opinion on Spider-Man, man, I don't know if it was a 9 or 10. Man, it had that suspenseful page turn. It had the character arc. It had action and just, I can't think of any flaws. Therefore, this book was a 10. Nick Spencer, Ryan Otley, you guys did a fantastic job. Even the editor did a good job. You see, like, when I was reading this one page, and we're getting really, really nitty-gritty particular with this, when he talks about being shot, Spider-Man says over here, well, it wouldn't. I just point out this wouldn't even be the first time Jonah shot me in recent months. He's referencing to issue number 800. I was wondering, why didn't the editor make that little editor's note at the bottom? You look back at it, like, where's it gonna fit, right? Let's stop ruining art with words and stuff. So that's a pro again. Like, I can imagine that the editor of this book had that same thought process in his head, and he said, no, I don't want to ruin this thing. People who know, because that was only, what, 14 months ago? Well, they do bi-weekly, so that would be, shoot, 7 months ago. Thanks for watching another Chill Manga review. I'll leave you with a link to this video, which is probably the best one I've posted. So if you enjoyed this, go and look at that X-Men stuff. Thanks again. Goodbye.